Do you really need a degree or a job to start earning? The simple answer is no. Why can we confidently say that? Earning money is a simple art of trade. I know that most of us were taught that for you to start earning money, you have to go through a process of over 25 years of garnering skills, going through school until you start working, and then you can start making money. I want you to remember a child that you probably grew up with or you saw in your neighborhood, in your streets, or at your school, who used to sell sweets, who used to sell fat cakes, who used to sell any other thing that was tradable by a child at that age. Those kids, even if you try to locate them today, you will still find them being able to make money. Did that kid have a degree? Did that kid have a job for them to start earning money? If you are employed and every month your employer is giving you a certain amount of money, they're giving you that money because there's a service or a trade that you are selling to them, which is your skill, the skill that you bring to the marketplace. So every month they're paying you that amount. So if you had learned that earning money is a simple skill of trading, then you would be asking yourself this question: is what I'm offering the marketplace enough to pay me the money that I want? Remember, if you are earning 10,000 rands in that particular job and there's someone who's earning 100,000 rands, it probably means that the one who's earning 100,000 rands is giving more value to the organization than you are. So once you have established the value that you are giving to the marketplace, and maybe you are not satisfied with what you are getting paid, you need to start tapping into your natural skills. You could be a singer, you could be a good cook, you could be a good entertainer. We know a lot of entertainers who are making a lot of money. Skills are part of the things that you can leverage for you to start earning money. If I'm working and I'm an accountant, I'm a finance person, I'm an HR person, how do I then leverage my skill to be able to earn? Because those limitations can be there. You might not be the one to earn 100,000 in that particular corporation. But once you start tapping into your skill, you can then be able to start earning from that skill and compensate for what you are getting from work, and then you can reach the 100,000. A person who's staying at home waiting for a call for them to start work, they are offering zero to the marketplace because on a daily basis, there's nothing that they are trading with the marketplace. They will continually get zero. But somebody who decides to leave their home at any point in time, go into the streets, sell a bottle of water, sell a packet of tomatoes, those people will get paid. If you are giving zero value to the marketplace, you get zero ranks. If you are giving 100% value to the marketplace, you get 100 rand. That's really how the world works. So I want us to move from this misconception that for you to start earning, you need to go through a process of 25 years of honing skills through a degree, a diploma, and get a job before you start earning. Whether you have not gone to school, whether you have gone to school but you haven't found a job, anyone can be able to trade in the marketplace and start earning money. Now that you have learned how to make money, how do you then use that special skill to create wealth? That brings us to the second and most critical part of the principle of earning. That is building multiple income streams. We have heard it so many times. The richest, the 1% of this population in this world, we understand that they believe that if you want to make it, you need to generate several income streams. We have seen a lot of examples from the richest people like the likes of Mark Zuckerberg, who own Facebook. Even with their amount of wealth, they are still setting up new businesses and new structures to generate more income streams. We have seen the likes of Elon Musk. He's consistently acquiring more businesses and starting up new structures of generating more income streams. Why are they all doing that? Because they understand one key principle. You can never ever trust on one stream of income. We have to understand the dynamics of money. When we have one stream of income, a pandemic happens and it's shut. When we have one stream of income, a contract is cancelled, that stream is shut. When you have one stream of income and you lose your job, that income stream is shut. We have seen a lot of examples within our families, within our economy. So how can we ensure that you are safe from all of this? We now speak about various income streams. So now, let's say you are working, you are already earning a salary. That is just one income stream. You are doing well. Let's say you are selling anything in the streets. You have an income stream that is coming in. That income stream is not supposed to start creating a lifestyle for you. The job of that income stream is to help you to start creating a secondary income stream, and a third income stream, a fourth income stream, 5, 6, 7, until you get to a point where you realize that the money that is flowing in your account is way more than the plans that you have. Once we get to that point, that is when you can say, now this money can buy a car. Now this money can buy me a house. Now this money can take me for a holiday. But what do most of us do? When we start getting our first stream of income, we use that income to feed our lifestyle. That's why it's very difficult for you to be able to invest in other things, because that income now is consumed by everything that you live, your house, your car, your food, school fees, and all of those things. You become too dependent on one income stream, you fail to create the second one. So the question that you need to be asking yourself at this point is, now that I have learned how to make money, now that I have also learned the importance of creating several income streams so that I'm protected from any pandemic or a loss of job or anything that might disrupt my income, how do I then get to create wealth? Because we have seen in so many instances, people who are so good at generating income, who are so good at setting up businesses and different structures that actually make money. But we still find those people 10 years later, 20 years later, they're still where they were 20 years ago, yet they were never broke. But when we speak to wealth creation, it's way greater than just having the ability to make money, which is what brings us to the second principle of wealth creation. Now that you have learned how to make money and understanding that money is a simple act of providing a service or a product to the marketplace and then you get paid, and you have also learned that for you to protect yourself, you need to create as many income streams as possible, using the first income stream to generate the second, the third, the fourth, until now you have excess liquidity to be able to feed your lifestyle. But wealth creation itself is not just about making money. Making money is just the first stage of wealth creation. A question that you need to be asking yourself is, how do you protect it? And that will be answered in next week's episode. Stay tuned.